If you've been watching this channel, then you know that I love puzzles. And True Genius, the company True Genius, has a line of puzzles called Project Genius. And this is a fairly recent one. It's called the Minotaur's Labyrinth. And I saw it at Barnes & Noble. I was browsing the bookstore and I saw this one there. And I thought it was pretty cool, so I picked it up. It looks cool. And basically, you have this Minotaur here in the center, and you have to maneuver it all the way around to the gate here, and then you have to open this little gate. The Minotaur comes out, and then you have to turn the Minotaur upside down with the horns, facing down, and then maneuver your way all the way back to the center. Now, I got to this puzzle 3 separate times. The first time I sat down, I opened the box here. It comes in this box here, the True Genius Minotaur's Labyrinth. In a moment, I'm going to talk about what's on the back of the box. And I sat down on the couch and I played with it for a little while. And of course, because of the horns there are certain areas that because of these pins, the Minotaur just will quite not be able to get through, so you have to work it out. So I played with it. I got to a certain point in the puzzle, and then I decided, I got distracted and then I walked away. And then I came back later, and I was able to get the Minotaur out through the gates there at the top. So once I did that, you're supposed to flip the Minotaur upside down and get it back into the center. So I left that alone and came back to it at a later time and managed to do that. And it was quite an enjoyable experience as far as puzzles go. I really liked it because, it's quite tricky. Initially, actually, I thought that because there's a base there, right, on the bottom of the Minotaur, I thought that some of these corridors might be a little too thin for the Minotaur to go through, but really it's just the horns and the way these pins are set up that it in certain areas it just doesn't quite get through. So I've really enjoyed it and I wanted to introduce it to you. And like I showed you, it comes in this box here. And let me read you the back of the box, because I find this stuff interesting. They go True Genius. They do a good job with this Project Genius here. This information is in most of their puzzles. It says early civilizations shaped our world by solving puzzles. Faced with a problem, they were able to visualize and execute a creative solution with few resources. These brilliant innovations are the foundations of our modern society and the mark of true genius. This information here has to do with this puzzle specifically. The ancient Greek myth of the Minotaur at the center of a labyrinth has been told and retold throughout the ages. This monstrous creature with the head and tail of a bull and body of a man fiercely guarded its maze and would wreak havoc on any poor soul that stumbled in. It wasn't until the arrival of Theseus, who cleverly used a ball of thread to find his way through the labyrinth, that the Minotaur was eventually defeated. Can you match the true genius of Theseus and lure the Minotaur all the way out of the labyrinth, then flip over the slider and navigate it back to the center? Yes, you'll be able to do it. You will definitely be able to do it. And I found it quite enjoyable. Again, I just wanted to introduce you to this fairly recent release from True Genius. So if you're not familiar with this company, check out some of their puzzles. They have a couple of neat puzzle boxes, one that was released recently as well. And I just like the look of this. It's a nice construction, for your puzzle party. It's neat for you to sit down and play with it. You can keep it on your desk or on your coffee table. It's an enjoyable puzzle, and I wanted to share it with you. I'm not gonna try to just solve it here on camera, because it's a labyrinth, and you need to just go through. You already know what you need to do to get out through those gates there, and maneuvering through the gate here is a little bit tricky as well. So that's it, the Minotaur's Labyrinth, an enjoyable puzzle from True Genius. If this kind of stuff blows your hair back, go check it out.